Hello and welcome to Sight Lost Kenya. Today I'm joined by the captain of the Must rugby football team.
Yep.
So I'll allow him to introduce himself.
Okay, so my name is Mbeche, the current Must rugby captain, and I'm not going soon. So I've been playing for Must for 5 years since I joined the university. That's all.
All right, so when did you start playing rugby?
So I began playing rugby back in 2013 when I was almost joining Form 3 in Nairobi school. I was schooling in Nairobi school, so that's when I had an encounter. That's actually I hadn't known about rugby before. So this is my first time I'm trying to get a game to play. So I'm trying out different games and I landed in rugby.
So which other sports did you try out?
Football for everybody when you're from any school, even in the village.
Yeah.
And then you come here, you get new swimming, I get hockey, I get volleyball, I get basketball. So I was new and I wanted to try everything to see what we were told to try everything and see what fits you. So
yeah,
I finally found myself in rugby. After
which
long
ones did you fail out?
I tried actually everything. I played for volleyball, few matches for the university. The funniest part is when I was trying to join swimming, we were told to now go. Like it's a trials and the first 5 people are going to be selected. So when we were told now go, I had the whistle and the swimming instructor was like, everybody has finished and you're still at the starting point. So yeah, most embarrassing part.
Yeah.
But for hockey, I had an injury. Somebody smacked the ball and it landed on my thighs and they formed like an hockey ball. So I had to leave. I had seen people lose their teeth. Yeah. So I said, this is a warning for me.
And it's very
it's
painful.
It's time for me to leave. So when I was scouted for rugby, I went first day and I could find myself through the spaces and I scored a try. And they told me, now you are in the right place. So with the culture of the school, which really supported rugby, because Nairobi school has always been the source for rugby players and stuff ever since. So so I came to love the game because actually the school supported it and all the students were really in support because no match could be played without all the students out, even if it's during class time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And who are your biggest rivals in rugby back in Nairobi school?
So in Nairobi school, we had a lot of teams in Nairobi. We had St. Mary's, we had the Rift Valley Academy, we had the Lenana. But now Lenana school stood out because we had rivalry ever since. These two schools were one tries to be the best than the other. So in few occasions, like 2 occasions, there has been a death of 2 players. One for Nairobi school who died at Lenana school, and one for Lenana who died. It's like a revenge, who died at Nairobi school during matches.
People actually died during rugby.
It's a contact sport, and at some worst cases, you die, and if you have underlying conditions and you are knocked, at times you have to do.
Oh, I did not know that. So
actually, all sports, most sports, even swimming, people drown.
And you failed at swimming tryouts. That's why people drown.
No, I'm trying to show you how, in sports, people die. Anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So maybe let's talk about protective gear. So I know in rugby there are a lot of concussions and people who get hit in the eye. So maybe you can show us which type of protective gear we should have if we're playing rugby.
In rugby, of course, let's talk about sports in general. Most sports have protective eyewears, and this came in place because there were injuries being reported in sports. So what happens actually is different sports have been trying to get their people protected, like their participants. Even in cycling, you see, in swimming, you see people doing goggles. So even in American football, actually, it's like a metal gear here. So coming to rugby, little was done before, and people are trying to do spectacles they can break, and so such instances were reported. Contact lenses, dust gets into your eyes and you have to remove it. So when I actually had a few encounter with injuries in the line of play, so I was like, what should be done? I thought nothing was being done. So looking further, I found that the World Rugby Union had contracted a company in Italy. It's the only company that had been contracted to produce this eyewear. So this eyewear is strong because it's meant for contact sport, and it has a padding here for comfort. Yes, so
you can show them. The padding for
comfort. And the lenses here are very strong. So they've tried it with a lot of tests and stuff to pass it and bring it to our use. So I got this as a donation. During my final year, I was doing a research on rugby eyewear because I joined optometry, so I got an interest in like what can I do for rugby. So in my research, and there are lady people from Italy donated this one, and it's been helpful. I've tried on some few people, and the response is good, especially those who have had trauma before.
Okay. So maybe you can show us how it's worn.
It's actually you have you loosen this, and then you can put it on.
Okay.
And then you can actually in rugby people prefer you getting your ears intact because at times they can tear, like people during
Okay. So this is really a contact sport then.
And then you can fasten it here. It's really comfortable. And for people who have a refractive errors and they can't see it because this is a plan, like it doesn't even powers. So you have a prescription insert where you can get your lenses, and then you can fix them here inside here.
Okay.
So for you to have your vision
like
corrected.
Me, who cannot see.
So when you have your prescription here, then you're comfortable. Exactly. And it's fog resistant and scratch resistant, so you will have the best vision.
Okay. So this is really good. So how much if I wanted it here in Kenya? You said I can only get it from Italy. How much does it cost?
Roughly 10,000 Kenyan shillings. And I think there are lady people could ship it free for you because they are the only people. I think they don't have any outlet yet in Kenya. And in Africa, maybe this is among the first pairs in Africa. And in Kenya, for sure, this is the first pair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the only pair in Kenya.
We hope we'll have more pairs in Kenya so people are protected. So maybe you can let us know, before you had this, what was your worst eye injury?
So in high school, my first match actually, and it was a Prescott match. There was a league in Nairobi called Prescott for Nairobi, the schools in Nairobi. So first match, we had Lenana again here. I've been told stories, now I'm here facing it. So some guy, referees really see a little. In Kenya, we don't have the VAR and stuff to guide them. So the guy hit me with a blow in my eye, so it was really a tough one. So I thought my eye had busted my eye, so I was like, it was painful, and I felt like it was watery, so I thought my eye is not there, like after the trauma. So I was rushed to the school sanatorium, and I was admitted, given painkillers, and told to rest. That's all I was told.
But no medical care.
And then we had a clinical officer in the school.
Isn't he supposed to take you to hospital if he can't?
So they told me if it gets worse, I'm going to be admitted to Avenue Hospital. That was the school had signed an MOU with the hospital. So, but he told me, your eye looks bad, so maybe you might need surgery. So with the pain, I really thought, I need surgery. But now here he's managing it with, I think, a paracetamol. So the pain was much. And at night I tried sleeping, No, the good thing here, when you're in school, you are given, when you are admitted to the sanatorium, you usually have good food, and you're not waking up for preps and stuff. But here now, I'm not having any fun, any peace, because the pain is really bad. It was really throbbing. So at night I could wake up, go to the guy. He tells me, just go sleep. You can't do anything.
That time you can't see from
I
your
can't,
right eye.
I can't see actually with both, unless I close with the one that has been hit. And that really says a lot about eye care in the country. There were very little people, and so people actually assume. And even if you when you go to sporting events, usually have physiotherapists, orthopedists, but here you'll never see an eye person.
Or
so
just
this
a
an
clinical
an orthopedic surgeon wants to when somebody gets an injury during plays like in rugby, they are given the person who has got an eye injury to manage it. You know, it's bad. At one instance, when we were playing a league, it was a 7th league in the country. I acted like I knew nothing. There's a player who had an injury, and when they took him to the place where injured people were taken, the ambulance, there was an orthopedic surgeon there, and when he saw the guy, he was like, this one, just leave him alone. Like, you can't do anything to the eye.
Oh, wow.
So I watched from a distance, and then I approached him and told him, I'm a student. I do eye stuff, so let me help.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when I realized really we need something.
Professionals,
in the eye.
Sport. Yeah, and tell us now, you're the captain of the rugby team.
Yeah.
All right, how did you become the captain, and what does that involve?
Yeah, it's actually, I joined this university. It was an underdog among universities. I remember in my first year we went to play games in the Western region, and we really couldn't scoop any trophy. Yeah. So that's in our region. So it means in the country, we had KU, the best in rugby, and we had Strathmore, who had all the resources. So it was a hard one when I joined the university, but I had a dream, like I'm from Nairobi school, where rugby people come out and they talk. Exactly. So I'm here in a place where people know, they just want to play. They used to say it's like rugby muitu, like something. So they're just there to. So I'm here, and I'm like, no, I need to get something from this place. I can't come all the way from Nairobi to Kakamega to a university I never knew about, and then I just exactly. So I was serious. Sometimes I could be the only person training the field. So people, I think the culture was different here. You come train as a group. They knew each other. That's the team that travels and plays. In university you get some allowances. So you have a team yourself. So I trained everything, and the coach noticed. The coach called Dr. Hayo Ching. So he was a busy man in the academia. So one time he was passing and he saw me alone training. So he was like, I want to talk to you. So he summoned me to his office, and he talked to me, heard about what I wanted, and was like, I will work with you. So it was hard, me being taken in as a captain to people who had played for the university more than even 8 years. Some were playing from high school. It's a nearby. So they're like, you're trying to bring somebody new here who doesn't know about this place to come and rule over. So I had fights with people, but after a year, I wanted to quit, but the coach told me, you're a man, and if you quit, a lot will, it says a lot about you. So I decided to give it a try. I really had a hard time, but after a year, results were showing, and people were like supportive, everybody, even those who were fighting me. But the biggest teach was finances. So fortunately enough, I made it possible to contact the Vice Chancellor, the late Professor Otieno, who bought the idea, and from history he had played rugby in his university days. So he supported us, and I'm glad to say that the team has really grown, and it's the best in rugby team for the university side in the country right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So you told us how optometry, because you've studied optometry,
Sure.
how optometry and rugby come together
Yeah.
in terms of eye care and your paper that you published, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
So what's next for Samuel Mbeche?
So I'm here, I'm done with the university, and I'm excited because actually it's we have one match pending due to COVID-19 for the season to end. We've qualified, we lost one match during the league, so we qualified direct to the semi-finals alongside Strathmore, so you can see how Strathmore and Munster number 1 and 2, so
Neck to neck.
and then we are yet to face either Egerton or University of Nairobi. So, but those ones will beat them. We've beat them before, so it's a sure bet. So once you're promoted to Kenya Cup,
Yeah.
that's a dream come true. I'll be really satisfied, but I have again to explore further. I like exploring, so I'm yet to join a team here, likely because I'm currently working here, so I have to get a team in Nairobi. Big teams are in Nairobi, so I want to join a team and I want to make an impact too. So, yeah.
Okay. So how can I bulk up? Let me know.
Interesting. Actually, if you look at my photos when I was in the first year from high school, really tiny. I was really tiny. I was weighing 64 kilograms. And I was really into rugby. So when I came to Western, people were big, huge. I was really being knocked out.
Eating one whole chicken.
So I decided, yeah, it's possible. So what I did actually when I came to the university, in my first year of play, I got an injury. Now this is not an eye injury. I got a lower back injury. So again, I had to come to Nairobi Hospital, and somebody told me, I met a doctor who told me he was playing rugby and I was shocked. But when I came in, he told me I had a similar injury when I was playing rugby that will heal. I could hardly walk, like it was hard, even sitting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but when he told me that, I think I felt like I'd
encouraged, yeah.
So he gave me paracetamol and
a
a gel.
Paracetamol.
Funny enough, here I came with Brufen. He told me that's bad for you. You'll get ulcers. I'm giving you paracetamol and a gel. And it took me a week. A week.
And you were fine.
I was busy here in Nairobi visiting all my friends before I go back to Kakamega. Yeah, so.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And we look forward to watching your game.
Thank you very much, and I really appreciate the chance from Sightloss to host me and talk about this. And I really encourage people to, especially sports persons, to take seriously the eye care, do protective the way they do to other body parts. And yeah, for more videos, you can check on Sightloss to know more about eye care and stuff. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Samuel.